an AMG should sound like. Now, granted, this is an S65, it's the V12 version. What we're talking about in today's video is something that I've made videos about before. I made the first one, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago when Mercedes-AMG first released that they're going away with the V8 for the C63. We all know that that has already happened. What are you doing over there, dude? And then, I don't know, about like, what, 6 months ago? Maybe it was longer. I can't remember. There were big rumors going around from major automotive publications that Mercedes will be putting the V8 back in the C63. Unfortunately, they turned out to not be true. Mercedes themselves just denied that, quite frankly, and said, we're going with the stupid four-cylinder that we already have in the C63, and we're sticking with that. So if you don't know already, Mercedes' new C63 does not have a V8 anymore. And just to explain this, I mean, the C63 has always had a V8, the real C63s, that is. And it's kind of like a German muscle car, and it comes with that DNA. And people who have owned those type of cars, they know what they're getting, and that's what they want. You don't put a four-cylinder in a muscle car. You just don't. A brand that is known for big engines, such as like a Dodge Challenger Hellcat, for instance, they're going away with that. They're going full EV, which is... Anyhow, we all know what's going on in the automotive industry. It's completely pathetic. Mercedes-AMG obviously says, oh, you know, the new C63 is going to be so powerful and so fast, so you won't care that it's a four-cylinder. That's what they think, at least. And I've yapped about this for so long. We don't care if it's quicker. That's not what it's about. Having an AMG product has a lot to do with the sound as well. And the proof of that is that the new 63 is completely flopping in regards to sales, because the clientele that buys a car like that, yours truly, I've had 4 C63s over the years. They're not happy. They don't want that. It doesn't matter if it's faster. The car sounds like, I mean, it is awful. I mean, this is what it should sound like. And for all those Gen Zers out there that, you know, I mean, oh, it's not all about the sound. Yes, it is. Maybe not all, but 99.9%, that is a huge part of owning a muscle car brand. Now, if you're just all around American and you've never had an AMG product, then you think muscle cars are, you know, Mustangs and Challengers and, you know, GTOs and all that. I mean, I get it, but from the German side, an AMG product is a muscle car. But with all that being said, we have good news in today's video, because the new rumor is, and this one seems to be pretty freaking solid, is that the new CLE that will be coming out is getting the 4-liter V8. So they will not be putting the, whatever that is, 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo and hybrid, blah, blah, whatever, corny engine. They're putting the 4-liter bi-turbo, and it will be putting out 575 horsepower. And of course AMG is doing this because, again, the C63 sales are completely flopping. People aren't buying that car. It also costs more than its main competitor, which is the M3. I would buy an M3 over the new C63 any day. Also, the new designs of the new C-Class is ugly from the rear. It's just not a good looking car. I don't know what they're doing. I think it's kind of sad. You know, Mercedes design language nowadays is just, yeah. Anyhow, when the W213 or W213 E63 came out in 2016, I think it was, great, awesome car. Obviously has the 4-liter bi-turbo, put out 603 horsepower, if I remember correctly. The thing is, that car was never made in a coupe. which to me was a bit of a bummer. I mean, the sedan is awesome in its own right, but I would have loved to have that car in a coupe. They did make the E53 in the coupe format, but not the 63, and that was always kind of like confusing to me. I didn't understand why they didn't do it. The reason I'm saying all that is because the new C-Class that we've been talking about here will not have a coupe format either, and neither will the E. So the new CLE is a mixture of the two. I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be a little bigger than a C-Class, a little smaller than an E-Class. That's Mercedes's new coupe. And that's the car for 2025, if I'm not mistaken here, that's getting the V8 for the 63 variant, which is absolutely awesome, because currently I think it's the E63, S63, SL63, I feel like, oh yeah, and the GT cars that still get the V8, but the C has a 4-cylinder and it's very quick. It's got 671 horsepower, but it's ugly and it sounds like complete garbage. And finally, it seems like AMG is listening to their audience. And you know, I mean, the writing's on the wall. The freaking car doesn't sell because it has a 4-cylinder, which is proof that we do not care if it's quicker. We just don't. I mean, performance is awesome, obviously, but if the sound is completely gone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have the same DNA. It doesn't have the same feel. A V8 engine produces different than a freaking 4-cylinder with turbos and hybrid. Like, I don't care. It's not the same car. So finally, it seems like AMG is listening and they're putting a V8 back in the CLE, the new coupe. I'm actually excited for that car. If this, and I think it is, but if this actually ends up being a true rumor, I might have to look at that car. I've only seen kind of spy photos and so on, but it looks like a pretty good looking coupe, I have to say, even with these new design language that they're using. Sorry. So before we end the video here, you know, I don't know, I hope the automotive world comes to its senses and doesn't go, you know, full EV with every brand, because you just can't do it. The fan base, so to speak, the clientele, they don't want that. I give respect to Ford, not that it's comparable to an AMG, they're not the same cars, but Ford has said, you know, as long as we can, we're going to be making a V8 Mustang because that's what the people want. Dodge, on the other hand, did not do that. They're going full EV with some stupid Banshee with fake, you know, car noises and stuff. Like, it's so weird. So respect to Ford for sticking with the V8s, and respect to Mercedes AMG if they actually end up coming out with the V8 CLE 63. So I wanted to just quickly jump on here and make a video, see what you guys' thoughts are as well. Do you think we're actually going to be seeing the CLE 63 AMG with a V8? I'm going to link the article where I got this information from. It's Autocar UK or something like that. Yeah, and we're just going to have to wait and see. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.